guys, so okay, now my lighting is doing something weird, but it's 6 p.m. so it's dark AF outside, but I really want to film this before I go to work. What I have done for this month is put in a list of a bunch of subgenres into a random generator, and then I will pick the top 5 and select a book that goes along with that genre, and that is how I will do my TBR for February. So let's see what happens. Randomize. Oh, bitch. Okay, so a random generator is generating. Whatever. Anyhow. Alright, so there were 18 items on my list that I broke them down to, and then the top 5. Should I take a picture? I'll take a picture. Alright, so number 1, a new or recent release. So for that, I have picked Jade City by Fonda Lee, which is a fantasy, Asian inspired, that also has mob elements. Yes, you heard me, the mob. And they get their magic from Jade. And it looked really badass, so I'm super excited to read it. I got it from the library like a week ago. It just came out within the last month or so, and I haven't read it yet, but now I will. Number 2, new adult. For this, I will be reading Filthy English by Ilsa Madden Miller. This is the second book to Dirty English, which I read for my 24 and 48 hour readathon, and I talked about in my January wrap-up and my 24 and 48 readathon wrap-up. Yeah. So then number 3, urban fantasy. For this, I have Night Watch by Sergei Lukyanenko. I have had the e-book format of this for like 2 years now. I bought it when I moved to Denver, so almost 2 years. And then I found this one for $1 in the library bookstore like a month ago. And I'm super excited to read it. So I'm going to read you, because this is for my urban fantasy. And it was hard for me to find urban fantasy on my shelf that I haven't read yet, guys. But I found one. Actually, I'm really excited to read this one. So the little blurb on the back from Bleeding Cool says it's like Tolkien getting mugged in a Moscow back alley by John le Carré. So this is the summary. The first volume in Sergei Lukyanenko's visionary Night Watch series, an inventive blend of atmospheric urban fantasy and riveting spy thriller set in contemporary Moscow. They are the Others, an ancient race of supernatural beings, magicians, shapeshifters, vampires, and healers who live among us. Human-born must choose a side to swear allegiance to, the dark or the light, when they come of age. For a millennium, these opponents have coexisted in an uneasy peace enforced by defenders like the Night Watch, forces of the light who guard against the dark. Prophecy decrees that one supreme other will arise to spark a cataclysmic war. Anton Gordetsky, an untested mid-level light magician with the Night Watch, discovers a cursed young woman, an other of tremendous potential, unallied with either side, who can shift the balance of power. With the battle lines between light and dark drawn, the magician must move carefully, for one wrong step could mean the beginning of annihilation. I've heard great things about the series, and then I love that the cover is like trash polka-y. If you don't know what trash polka means, trash polka is like the style that tattoo artists use. I don't know if it's used outside of tattooing. I just am really into like tattooing and the tattoo shows and like ink masters and all that. And trash polka is that when you have like a black and white and it's just got like these stripes or like red color aspects that pop through it. I will show you examples of trash polka because that was probably a shitty explanation. But anyway, yeah, this is the first book in that series and super excited about it, so glad I had an excuse to pick it up. Number 4, a book from a subscription box. So for this one, I picked Artemis by Andy Ware. I have heard mixed things about this. I got this one with the black sprayed pages. This is the UK edition in my first Illumicrate box that I got in like November-esque-ish. Yeah. So this one's Welcome to Artemis, the first city on the moon, population 2,000, mostly tourists, some criminals. That's literally all I know about this book. And I know that Rosario Dawson narrated the audiobook. I know nothing else. But it looks awesome, and I like sci-fi. And the stuff that came with the book was like pamphlets for like vacations and traveling to the moon and shit. So it looks really interesting, and I like the colors, and it came in a subscription box. I put that category in here specifically because I have not read a book out of my subscription boxes since I got Flame in the Misted. Yeah, it's a verb now. I got Flame in the Misted. And then lastly is number 5, fantasy, and in parentheses, YA. So I have YA fantasy, adult fantasy. Well, you can see the list. I'll put the list up. But yeah, so for this one, I picked The Coral Prince by Holly Black, which also fulfills a new release and a subscription box. If I want to switch any of these out, which I probably won't. I'm going to try to stick to these 5. I only picked 5 so that I can try to accomplish these and read all the other ones. So I literally just sat here, turned the camera on, hit random, and then got up and walked around and picked the books and sat back down. So that is all the thought that went into this TBR. So hopefully, we'll see. I'm trying a new thing. We'll see how it goes. I didn't do it in January because I was a lazy bum and I forgot to do it now. Anyway, it's Coral Prince by Holly Black. It has to do with Fae. It came in my Talk Fae to Me. Is that what the name of the box was? Talk Fae to Me or something? Something like that. Yeah. It came in that box. Well, it's supposed to be dark and I have Darkest Part of the Forest, which I read when I heard about this book, and I really didn't like it that much. But granted, I didn't get that far into it, but it is like very blatantly YA. Like it opens up in like a high school party out in the woods and everybody's drinking. I was just like, oh fuck. So I didn't even get that far into it, and the characters are like very tropey, like YA. So I'm interested because people, I don't know that I know anybody who's read both. So a lot of people have loved this one, so we'll see how I feel about it. But there, 2 books out of my subscription boxes in 1 month, if I stick to it. I also have to finish The Last Wish by Andrzej Sapkowski, which is the first book in the Witcher series, and I still haven't found it. I don't know what the fuck I did with it. Also have to finish Wizard's First Rule. It's a buddy read with Lena over at Lena's Library, Bethany over at Beautifully Bookish Bethany, and Jade from Bedtime Bookworm. They've all finished it. I'm a lazy bum. I'm working on it. I swear to God. In addition, I will be participating in the InLoveAthon, which takes place the 2nd week in February. I will link that video down in the description box. Yeah, there's 7 books I will be reading for that. In addition to the ones that I mentioned in that video, there will also be Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, which fulfills a challenge. And then I still gotta pick a fairy tale because I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker. We gonna see how this go, because this makes me nervous. I'm not a classics type of bitch, but we gonna see what happens. Okay. So that is it for the February TBR, and I will link the InLoveAthon TBR video so you can see the books I will be reading for that. And then I'll probably go hammer and read an additional 12 books because I have no fucking self-control. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I will talk to y'all later. Toodles. Gotta go to work. I'm outies. Bye-bye.